many people have said, well, the crews were all ashore drinking and partying and all that. Well, Honolulu was just a little town. They couldn't let the whole fleet. I think at best they'd give about 1 in 6 liberty, and then many of them were married. They didn't go ashore. Every little bar and everything else that was there was so overrun. There was just nothing to do except go to the beach. So most of them were at home or stayed on the ship or on the base. And this was the very early days of radar. And we had a radar on the island up in the hills, and we manned it at night just to train and see how to operate a radar. It wasn't very good. You couldn't tell from which direction. You could tell, but it might be 180 degrees off from which direction a plane might be coming. And they had picked up a flight of planes approaching Hawaii, which everyone assumed it was the B-17s that were being ferried in. And they secured it at 7 o'clock in the morning because eyesight was a lot better than what this early radar. It wasn't like radar today by any stretch of imagination. Then a lot of people, as I said everybody was ashore carousing. Well, they weren't. They also said, well, they didn't have the ammunition at the guns. Well, you have it at the guns, but it's locked in a locker. You aren't going to leave it unlocked where anybody can dig it out, so they had to unlock those. But the minute the first bomb was dropped, everybody started shooting back. But we didn't have all the equipment. You can't judge that attack by the kind of equipment we have for detection today. Back at that time, we weren't near as capable. We did have planes that operated out, seaplanes, all 200 miles in different directions, but we only had enough planes to maybe cover a certain sector maybe every third day. We didn't have enough to cover the whole approaches to Hawaii. And for a task force to come all the way across the Pacific undetected, because merchant ships were going back and forth, it was quite a feat.